There was a famine in the land where the ground was dry, the rivers had turned to dust, and every home echoed with the sound of empty jars, as God spoke to Elijah, instructing him to go to Zarephath, where he had commanded a widow to feed him. An odd request, considering she was the least likely person to have anything left. Yet Elijah obeyed, and upon arriving, he found her gathering sticks, looking tired and worn from hunger, but still determined to carry on, prompting him to call out for water and then ask for a piece of bread too, to which she replied softly but heavily, revealing that she had no bread left, just a handful of flour and a few drops of oil, explaining that she was preparing one last meal for herself and her son before they faced starvation. In the heavy silence between them, Elijah gently urged her not to be afraid and to make him a small loaf first, assuring her that the Lord promised the jar of flour would not run out and the jug of oil would not dry up until the rain returns. A declaration that defied logic, but spoke to a flicker of trust in her heart, leading her to mix the last bit of flour and pour the final drop of oil before placing it on the fire, only to discover, when she looked back at the jar, that it miraculously remained full day after day, with the flour steady and the oil never running dry, transforming her small kitchen in Zarephath into a testament of faith that turns scarcity into abundance, illustrating that sometimes God's miracles arrive quietly through the courage to give, even when nearly everything is lost, reminding us that true faith is less about waiting for clarity and more about trusting that God sees us even when our own jars seem empty. As the days turned into weeks, Elijah found himself not only sustained, but welcomed into the widow's humble home, where each meal shared at their modest table became a celebration of life and faith. The widow, once on the brink of despair, now beamed with hope as she watched her son eat, her heart swelling with gratitude for the miraculous supply that transformed their lives, allowing her to provide for her family despite the lingering shadows of famine that loomed outside. She realized that through her act of trust in giving what little she had, not only had God provided for their physical needs, but had also filled their spirits with an abundance of hope and love, teaching them both that true richness comes not from material wealth, but from unwavering faith and community. And so, as Elijah stayed and their bond deepened, the small kitchen in Zarephath thrived as a sanctuary of miracles, echoing the profound truth that sometimes the greatest gifts arise from the willingness to share what we have, no matter how little, reinforcing the idea that faith can turn even the most hopeless situations into stories of divine provision and relationship.